So, one of the most profound thought training teachings that Venerable has ever given, that I've been thinking about a lot lately, is to train your mind that before you even get out of bed in the morning, to say to yourself, nothing is going to go the way that I expect. In fact, I can almost be guaranteed that there are going to be challenges and obstacles and maybe even problems. So I've been thinking about this lately because I'm really attached to things going the way that I want when I want. So, and the reasoning is that we live in this world called cyclic existence where there is no satisfaction, there's no security, and there's all different levels of suffering. And one of the ways in which we cause ourselves to suffer on the grand level and on just the low-grade irritation, disappointment level is to assume that things are going to go the way that we plan them to. And if you are an overachiever and you like to make lists and you're one of those strongly driven people like me, you spend all of your day being disappointed. You spend all of your day being frustrated. You spend all of your day being irritated. So this past week, Venerable Jigme gave a teaching on the mind being the source of happiness and pain. And one of the pieces that she was trying to communicate over and over again is that if we set our minds to the fact that that it is something to expect, that the day is not going to go the way that we line it up, that the mind's going to be a whole lot happier, and that we will be able to generate a certain flexibility in the mind that comes with not having those expectations, and that it will be a lot happier and a lot more stable, and there will be a level of expectation that will become more on the level of reality rather than this unreality in which I know for myself I exist in when I start hoping that things and planning on things going the way that I want. There's a universe that does not exist in the mind of Semke when she does that. The other piece of this that I'm also wanting to become more aware of is that when I look at the type of skill set that I've cultivated over my life through education and hands-on, and since coming to the Abbey, I have to be very aware that when we have guests and visitors and residents of the community that are going to be I'm going to be facilitating something for them, like gardening or forest work or cleaning, cooking, is that I sometimes have this default mode that goes into an assumption that all the information I have in my mind, everybody else has on some level. And so the expectations and the assumptions that I make that people also have certain understandings, like there's this, like if you're a chef or a cook, there's a word called roux. It's the kind of gravy that you make, but you have to know what that is. And once you know what that is, when you use that word, then you can, people in the cooking, baking world know what that is. Same thing with any type of skill is that there are certain words that have a lot of definition. They identify things. They give you certain ideas on how things are going to be done. But to train one's mind, especially when you work with the public or you work with even your family, is not to assume that people have the same skill set and the same knowledge as one does, and to ask the kind of open-ended questions so that you can get some information and then proceed from there. And I find that these are very profound thought trainings. I find them quite difficult to do because predispositions of our personalities and also the afflicted states of mind, attachment to getting what we want when we want it, get in the way and become obstacles to this thought training. So try it in the morning, just as an experiment, is to, before you get out of bed, say, today things are not going to go the way that I think, and that's going to be okay, and I'm going to use everything to practice the path and generate all my good qualities.